Sakura, take a look around this room. Every single item on these shelves is being tested, judged. Someone in a suit will walk in tomorrow and decide which ones survive and which get scrapped. Fascinating, isn't it?
It's a little eerie, honestly, like a waiting room for products.
That's a beautiful way to put it, and it connects perfectly to what I wanted to talk to you about today. See, Japanese businesses are going through something similar right now, an identity crisis of sorts. The old rules are breaking down.
What do you mean, Professor? Like, businesses don't know what they are anymore?
Exactly. For decades, the formula was simple. Figure out what people want, make it, sell it. But Japan is hitting several walls at once. A shrinking population, aging consumers, digital transformation, sustainability pressure. The straight line from product to customer, it's bending. And the companies that are thriving are the ones asking a deeper question.
Which is?
Not what does the customer want to buy, but what problem in their life are we actually solving? It's the abstraction of needs, peeling back the surface request to find the structural desire underneath.
Okay, that sounds philosophical. Can you give me a real example?
Gladly. You know Nishimatsuya?
The baby and kids store chain? Sure, they're everywhere in Japan.
Right. Now, Japan's birth rate is plummeting. Fewer babies means fewer customers. Most companies in that position would panic, but Nishimatsuya did something clever. They stopped thinking of themselves as a children's store and started asking, what value do we actually provide?
Affordable, safe, practical stuff?
Bingo. And those qualities aren't exclusive to children. So they launched products like a chair that works from age 6 months all the way up to a 90-kilogram adult, half the price of imported competitors. They're not selling baby goods anymore. They're selling life-stage flexible value.
That's actually brilliant. Instead of chasing the shrinking baby market, they expanded who the customer could be.
And that's the abstraction. The surface need was, I need baby furniture. The abstracted need is, I want affordable, durable things that grow with my family. Completely different business model once you see it that way.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. So it's like zooming out from the specific product to the underlying desire?
Precisely. And here's another one that might surprise you. Have you heard of vermicular?
The cast iron cookware brand? Those pots are gorgeous, but seriously expensive.
Exactly the problem. Beautiful engineering, but the price tag scares people away. So what did they do? They launched a line of frozen foods.
Wait, a premium pot company making frozen meals? That seems contradictory.
On the surface, sure. But think about it. Their CEO said, the fastest way to convince someone is to let them taste the food first. The frozen meals are made using their waterless cooking method. You try the soup, you taste the difference, and suddenly that expensive pot doesn't seem so unreasonable.
So the frozen food isn't the product, it's the demo.
Exactly. The surface need is, I want a quick meal. The abstracted need is, I want to experience something extraordinary before I commit. They turned a grocery store freezer into a showroom.
That's such a Japanese approach, honestly. The patience to build trust through experience rather than just advertising.
Now let's shift gears. What do you know about Mercari?
Oh, I use it all the time. It's like Japan's version of a secondhand marketplace. You can sell anything. Clothes, electronics, even concert tickets.
And it nearly collapsed under its own success. Counterfeit goods flooded the platform. Users lost trust. Monthly active users dropped for the first time ever.
Oh, right. I remember that controversy.
But here's where it gets interesting. Mercari didn't just apologize and move on. They built authentication centers, started physically inspecting high-value items, and shifted their policy to actively intervene in disputes between users. The result? Profit jumped 43%, and user numbers hit an all-time high.
So the abstracted need there wasn't, I want to buy cheap stuff. It was, I want to participate in resale without worrying.
Trust infrastructure. That's the real product. 60% of clothing worldwide gets thrown away every year. Consumers actually want to participate in circular commerce. They just need someone to make it feel safe. Companies like Goldwyn and Barbour in the apparel space are doing the same thing with lifetime repair programs and reuse initiatives. It's not about selling new products anymore. It's about building the system that lets value circulate.
This is making me rethink what retail even means.
You should, because Japan's biggest retailers are rethinking it too. Take Takashimaya, one of the most iconic department store chains in the country. They just announced a $500 million investment into financial services.
A department store? Doing finance?
Credit cards for younger customers, asset management, M&A advisory for small businesses. Their executive said something remarkable, that financial services should be treated as part of the department store's product lineup.
That's wild. So the store isn't just where you buy a scarf anymore.
It's becoming a life platform. And they're not alone. Marui Group, which runs the Marui stores, just posted record profits driven almost entirely by their EPOS credit card business, not by selling clothes. The abstracted need here? Consumers don't just want a place to shop. They want a single ecosystem that supports their entire financial and lifestyle needs.
That's so different from how we think about retail in the West. A department store becoming a bank feels almost surreal.
And yet, it's working. Because the question isn't, what can we sell you? It's, how can we stay relevant across your entire life?
Okay, Professor. So we've covered redefining customers, experience over product, trust infrastructure, and retail as a platform. There's one more thing I'm curious about: AI. Everyone talks about AI in terms of efficiency. Is Japan doing something different?
Great question. A cosmetics brand called Atenia just deployed an AI agent on their e-commerce site. Not a chatbot that says, "How can I help you?" but a system trained on the actual know-how of their in-store beauty advisors. It listens to your skin concerns, your lifestyle, your preferences, and gives personalized advice through voice or text.
So it's not replacing the store experience. It's recreating it online.
Exactly. The surface need is, recommend me a product. The abstracted need is, understand me the way a trusted advisor would. The technology shifts from being a tool to being a relationship.
That actually gives me chills. Because it means the future of business in Japan isn't about selling harder. It's about understanding deeper.
That's the thesis, Sakura. Every example we talked about today, the baby store that became a family brand, the pot company that became a food company, the marketplace that became a trust engine, the department store that became a bank, the chatbot that became a confidant, they all did the same thing. They stopped looking at what customers said they wanted and started looking at what customers actually needed.
The abstraction of needs.
And for anyone thinking about entering the Japanese market, or any market going through structural change, that's the skill to develop. Don't compete on the surface. Compete on the layer beneath it.
I think I'll look at these product shelves differently now.
Good. Because somewhere on these shelves, there's a product that solved the wrong question beautifully, and one that solved the right question ugly. Guess which one makes it to the sales floor?
The ugly one?
Every time. You've been listening to Narrative Japan. Until next time, stay curious and keep listening for the whispers beneath Japan's economy.